Hey folks, and welcome to another edition of AAGG Investigative Reporting.
Tonight we're going to be looking into the alternate power source, hydroelectricity.
Electricity generated by hydropower is the production of electrical power through the use of gravitational force of the flowing water. It is the most widely used form of renewable energy.
Once a hydroelectric complex is constructed, the project produces no direct waste and has a considerably lower input level of the greenhouse carbon dioxide than fossil fuel-powered energy plants.
The most common way of creating hydroelectricity is through dams. Most hydroelectric power comes from the potential energy of dammed water driving a water turbine and generator. The power extracted from the water depends on the volume and on the difference in height between the source and the water outflow. This height difference is called the head. The amount of potential energy in water is proportional to the head. A large pipe delivers water to the turbine.
Next we'll go to our liquid specialist, Adam Gamage. What is the usual size for a dam?
What is the usual size for a dam?
Although no official definition exists for the capacity range of large hydroelectric power stations, facilities from over a few hundred megawatts to more than 10 gigawatts are generally considered large hydroelectric facilities. Currently, only 3 facilities over 10 gigawatts are in operation worldwide. 3 Georges Dam at 22.5 gigawatts, Itaipu Dam at 14 gigawatts, and Giri Dam at 10.2 gigawatts. Large-scale hydroelectric power stations are more commonly seen as the large power-producing facilities in the world, with some hydroelectric facilities capable of generating more than double the installed capacities of the current largest nuclear power stations.
What is the power generated at these dams generally used for?
Well, Brienne, while many hydroelectric projects supply public electricity on their networks, some are created to serve specific industrial enterprises. Dedicated hydroelectric projects are often built to provide the substantial amounts of electricity needed for aluminum electrolytic plants, for example. The Grand Coulee Dam switched to support alkali metal, aluminum, in Bellingham, Washington, United States, for American World War II airplanes before it was allowed to provide irrigation and power to citizens after the war.
So would you say that these dams are better for the environment than other forms of electricity?
The construction of these large hydroelectric facilities and their changes on the environment are also often on grand scales, creating as much damage to the environment as it helps it by being a renewable resource. Many specialized organizations, such as the International Hydropower Association, look into these matters on a global scale, but once in the place, these plants are far better for the environment than many other forms of electricity.
Okay, well, thanks for talking with us, honey buns.
No problem, baby.
It has been noted that the reservoirs of power plants in tropical regions may produce substantial amounts of methane. This is due to plant materials in flooded areas decaying in an anaerobic environment and forming methane, a potent greenhouse gas. According to the World Commission on Dams report, where this reservoir is large compared to the generating capacity and no clearing of the forest in the area was undertaken prior to the impoundment of the reservoir, greenhouse gas emissions from the reservoir may be higher than those of a conventional oil-fired thermal generation plant. Although these emissions represent carbon already in the biosphere, not fossil deposits that may have been sequestered from the carbon cycle, there is a greater amount of methane due to anaerobic decay, causing greater damage than would otherwise have occurred had the forest decayed naturally.
Also, hydrodams can fail due to faulty construction of equipment and can also be the target of terrorism. If it fails, water will result in massive amounts of water pouring downstream, causing severe damage to anything in its path. Some of the world's biggest man-made disasters have been due to dam failures, like the Bangyo Dam that failed in China and resulted in an estimated 171,000 deaths, but if used correctly can be perfectly safe.
Overall, hydroelectricity is a lot better than fossil fuels, but it still needs some work. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks for talking with us.
Well, nice.
Very nice.
Bing bang, ding ding ding, ding 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 ding. Bing bang bong, ding ding bing, ding 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 ding.
Do you like my cook?